Firma Dyson nejprve kompletně změnila svět vysavačů. Před pár lety ale také způsobila revoluci ve vlasové péči. Nyní uvádí na trh inovovanou verzi svého úspěšného styleru Airwrap, nyní nazývaného multistyler. Proč multistyler? Na to nám odpoví samotný inženýr z firmy Dyson, se kterým máme za chvíli schůzku.
So to give you a bit of a feel of how long it took to develop these, I work in MPI, so that's where this process starts. So all of our projects start in MPI, which stands for New Product Innovation. And I started working on these probably a couple of years ago, so that gives you a sense of it takes a few years to develop them. A few of the areas that we really focused on in this range here is kind of refining what we already have. So if we start with the brushes, when you pick up the brushes initially, you may just look at them and think that they look very similar, but in reality, most of the work has been done in the flow path. So if you look inside here, you can see that we've really optimized that first turn. So when we sat down and looked at the fundamentals of this brush, we broke it down into two turns. So the flow comes out of the main body into the attachment and turns upwards. So that's turn one. So we really took turn two off. We really focused on optimizing that, turning it as efficiently as possible, which then set us up to really get the best possible turn two. And turn two is the bit that the user will interact with. So this is the really important part, which results in better usability and better style. So that was our main focus on the brush, was just to refine that flow path, improve the flow to give us better style, better performance. The Airwrap barrels was quite an interesting project. It's something we've always wanted to do, which is add the direction change. So when we first launched this product, we had a left and a right barrel for achieving different direction curls. But what we actually did was we have now added that direction change. And the reason we couldn't do that the first time round is because the main focus of that project was just delivering Airwrap barrels. So to give you a sense of the challenge involved in manufacturing these attachments, these exit slots, so the slots which the flow comes out of, we've now managed to tolerance to plus or minus 0.1 of a millimeter. So that's the width of a human hair. So this slot will not vary by more than the width of a human hair. So the challenges involved in manufacturing that was massive. And once we've got to a point where we can do that, then that freed us up to start looking at ways of achieving the direction change. So again, it might look very similar, but when you start looking inside, you start to see where we've invested our time. And that resulted in us being able to offer less barrels in the box and having a direction change. And then finally, we've got the flyaway dryer. So in the previous version of Airwrap, you had a drying attachment, and its only function was to dry the hair. But in Dyson, we're always looking at new things, new attachments, new ways of doing things, and we discovered this flyaway phenomena. So what we've got now is we've got a drying attachment with a combined function of flyaways. So you may have seen it on Supersonic already, but we've incorporated the same technology, which is the flyaway reduction technology. And the way this actually works is the user will pass it down the outside of their hair, and using a balance of coanda and airflow bleed, you sort and remove those flyaways and push them into the main body of the tress. So this is a really new and innovative way of doing something. So I think the story for this development and this project was we refined what we already have, and then this one was an example of totally new technology, new ways of doing things, and an adding capability to the Airwrap range. So now users can achieve better styles, better finish.